Hello everyone and welcome to the lecture on nested if statements. So nested if statements are if, elif and else statements inside an if, elif and else statement. Let me show you what I mean. Let's say we have a condition. If that condition is true, this will be executed. Execute this. And we have our elif condition, elif condition 2, let's say execute this, and then we have our else statement, else execute this. So this is a simple if, elif and else statement. Nested if statement means we have another if, elif and else statement within one of this. For instance, we can have another statement inside this if condition. We can say if condition, let's say A, execute condition A, and then we can have an elif statement here, elif condition B. Let's say this is condition 1, condition 1A, execute condition 1A, elif execute condition 1B, execute condition 1B. We can have multiple elif statement, but I'll simply end it with else. Else execute condition 1C for simplicity. So this is what a nested if statement looks like. If I have one condition, execute this, and let's copy this whole thing, Command C, and we can have that also inside the elif condition. Let's say this is condition 2. If condition 2 is true, this could be 2A, 2B, this one is 2A, this is 2B, execute, and the final one will be 2C. So this is nested if statement. If, elif, else statement within another if statement. Okay, this is the flowchart for nested if statements. Let's look at an example. Let's see. Let's say we have a grade, a student grade. Okay, let's have a variable called grade, and let's see, grade is equal to 85. So we'll have if, elif and else statements, nested if, elif and else statements to see a student's grade. So we can say, let's start with our if, elif and else statement. So we can say if grade is greater than 60, if grade is greater than 60, we can say print student scored. Then we can say student scored. Let's make it simple. And passed. Student scored a passing grade. I'll just make it simple. Student scored a passing grade. Then let's have an else statement, and let's conclude this. Else print student failed. So this will simply check if grade is greater than 60. It will say student scored a passing grade, else student failed. Now we'll have an if, elif, and else statement within this if statement to check if grade was A, B, or C, and so on. Let's do that. So inside the statement we can say if grade is greater than or equal to, let's say, 90, you can say print passed with A, and we can say elif grade is greater than or equal to 80, we can say print passed with B, elif grade is greater than or equal to 70, you can say print passed with a C, or else print grade was a D. So let's look at the statement. So we have a grade of 85. If we run this, so it will check if grade is greater than 60. In this case, it's true. The statement will be printed first. Student scored a passing grade, and since it's also greater than 60 and it has some nested if statements, it will check for these conditions. The first thing it will do is it will check the first if condition. If grade is greater than or equal to 90, print this. Since 85 is not greater than or equal to 90, it will go to the next condition. So this condition is true if grade is greater than or equal to 80. So this statement will be printed. So passed with a grade of B. So when we run this, we'll get two print statements. This will be printed. Student scored a passing grade and then passed with a B. Let's run it. So student scored passing grade and then passed with a B. Great. What if the grade was 90? In this case, the statement will be printed since it's greater than 60, and this statement will be printed since grade was greater than or equal to 90. Let's run it. So now we have passed with A. Great. What if the grade was 72, for instance? In that case, we'll have passed with a C. Run it. So student scored a passing grade and then passed with a C. So looking good so far. And then here it says for any other condition, print grade was a D. Any other condition means first the grade still has to be above 60 but less than 70. So let's say 61 and run it. So student scored a passing grade and then grade was a D. What if we have 60? 60 means grade is not greater than 60. So it will go to the else statement. So else statement, it says student failed. So if we change this to 60, we'll get student failed. Great. and we can add an elif statement in the main if, elif, and else statement. Here we can say elif grade is equal to 60. We can say print student will have to retake the exam, or whatever you want. So in this case, if we run this, we'll get the statement will be printed. Run it. So it says student will have to retake the exam. Similarly, if we have a grade below 60, let's say 53, student failed will be printed. Student failed. So this is an example of a nested if statement. We'll have an if, elif, and else statement within the if, elif, else statements, and multiple conditions will be executed in this case. So this if, elif, this nested if statements could be very complex, or they could even be a simple one. We can make this more complex by adding another, by even adding another if statement within, if, elif, and else statement within one of these if statements. For instance, we can add another if statement here. Let's see. We can say if grade is greater than or equal to 96, let's say, we can say print passed with A plus, elif grade is greater than or equal to, let's say, 93. You can say print passed with, what can we say, a high A minus. This is just for the example. And then else print passed with a low A minus. And then let's say student scored 97. So in this case, score is greater than 60. So this statement will be printed, and then it will check if grade is greater than or equal to 90, which is true. So it will print passed with A. So far we have two statements, and it will also check if any of these conditions is true. It will check if grade is greater than or equal to 96. In this case it is. So this will be printed last, passed with A plus. So student scored with a passing grade, and then passed with A, and then passed with A plus will all be printed. Let's run it. So student scored with a passing grade, passed with A, passed with A plus. Similarly, we can do the same thing and categorize students, their score into B plus or B minus or whatever. We can say if grade is greater than or equal to, let's say, 87, we can say print passed with a B plus and elif grade grade is greater than or equal to, let's say 83 or 84, it doesn't matter. We can say print passed with a higher B minus. Then we can say else print passed with a B minus. And then if we, let's say the student scored 85, that should be a B plus, I guess. Greater than 85 is a B minus. So in this case, let's go through the loop and see what will be executed. So grade is 85. Is grade greater than 60? Yes. So this will be printed. And then it will check if grade is greater than or equal to 90. No. So it will jump to the next condition. Is grade greater than or equal to 80? Yes. So this will be printed, passed with a B. Good. And then it will check what was the grade again, 85. And then it will check these conditions. So the first one is not true. The second condition is true, so this will be printed last. Passed with a higher B minus. Let's run it. So we have student scored a passing grade, passed with a B, and then passed with a higher B minus. So our nested if statements could be a complex like this. So we can have a nest within a nest within a nest. Okay, I just wanted to show you that it could be like this. We could have multiple nested if statements. Great, thank you everyone.